Colleagues, thank you once again for taking the time to help with the strategic prioritization process for the Division of Academic and Student Affairs. We want to spend the next week to about week and a half really unpacking our strategic concepts so we can begin to articulate strategies and tactics that will help us bring those concepts to life. So that's our homework assignment over the next week to a week and a half. So, based on our deliberation and vote earlier today, we landed on these five strategic priorities: operational efficiency, new and continuing student recruitment, satisfactory academic persistence, data integrity and data usage, and enhancing student experiences. So, we need to spend time unpacking each one of these priority concepts. So my ask of you is to revisit and complete the fishbone diagram with these five concepts now integrated into it. Our job will be to take each concept and begin to articulate a SMART strategy for each one. There should be 2 to 3 SMART strategies for each concept, and then at least 1 to 2 tactics that would help drive the actionable items that will make that SMART strategy come to life. So, our homework assignment, if you will, is to really think about each concept. What I'm asking you to do is really think what that concept means, operationalize that concept. So, if we're talking about operational efficiency, what does that mean to you? Does operational efficiency include customer service? Does it include processing paperwork in a timely way? What exactly does that concept mean for you? And then once you've defined that concept and what it means, now think through 2 to 3 strategies for that particular concept. So, what are the 2 to 3 things that we would do to ensure that we're operationalizing operational efficiency? Once you've thought through those strategies, now you have to write that strategy using what we call SMART language. SMART is an acronym, simply stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. So, again, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. I'll explain that more in just a second. As you think about those SMART strategies that would bring that concept to life, then you have to think about what are the tactics that you would implement? What are the concrete, specific, actionable items that you would implement to ensure that that strategy is executed? So we'll talk more about all of this in the next few slides as I provide some examples. So let's talk about unpacking a strategic concept at the strategy level. So I'm going to use satisfactory academic persistence to drive this example. We know that this is a priority concept for us because our data tell us that right now we have 433 students not meeting satisfactory academic progress. And of that 433, there are 203 who are registered for the fall. So it's imperative that those students meet satisfactory academic progress so they can begin their courses in the fall and they can count toward our enrollment numbers. So we know that this concept makes sense because of our data. Now the question becomes, what are the SMART strategies that we will build around this satisfactory academic persistence? So, for example, we might consider what are some measurable strategic directions that we might take to ensure that all students perform well academically. So as we think about satisfactory academic persistence, we might be thinking about every student on the campus and what we can do in a proactive way to ensure that no one finds themselves in a place where they're not meeting satisfactory academic progress. Another SMART strategy might have us think about what can we do with respect to assisting those students who are currently on the not meeting satisfactory academic progress list. So if we think about the totality of the 433 students, Or once they go through the SAP appeal process, maybe it's a smaller number, but maybe we say we want to wrap our arms around those students specifically to ensure that they're moving off that list where they're not meeting satisfactory academic progress. So that could be a smart strategy. Another smart strategy might focus on what can we do to leverage risk indicator data up front to identify and support those students before the semester begins who are more than likely to be sapped based on their academic history. And what can we do at the beginning of the semester and at the early part of the semester to ensure that we're mitigating those students from becoming sapped? So those could be three separate strategies, all helping us address the concept of satisfactory academic persistence. This is an example. So let me give you another example. And let's talk about improving faculty morale. So let's say our employee survey data tells us that 41% of our faculty are displeased with the senior leadership and the direction of the university. So a smart strategy might be to address that morale, we're going to engage 100% of our full-time faculty in transparent awareness building activities before April 31, 2025. Another smart strategy might be we're going to design these ongoing opportunities to build rapport with at least 80% of our part-time faculty before the end of the academic year or before April 31, 2025. A final smart strategy might focus on creating faculty recognition opportunities that would acknowledge all of the faculty who are eligible to receive some type of award for teaching, engagement, and service throughout the 24-25 academic year. So these are three separate strategies that we could deploy to improve faculty morale. Now, how do we know these are smart strategies? So I'm going to use smart strategy one to kind of walk you through what I mean by specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. So in smart strategy one, engage 100% of full-time faculty in transparent awareness building activities before April 31, 2025. Well, we know this strategy has specificity to it. It's focused on a specific audience, full-time faculty. And these faculty will be engaged in these awareness building activities. So there's specificity there. We also know that it's measurable because we're saying we're going to engage 100% of our full-time faculty. Is that achievable? Now, that's something that we would have to decide. Is it achievable to touch all 350 of our full-time faculty before the April 31st date? That's for debate. We would have to figure that out. We do know that this smart strategy is relevant because it aligns directly with the data that we have, letting us know that it is a need, an area of focus that we should put our attention and energy at this specific moment in time. And we know that it's time bound because it's telling us before April 31st, 2025, we should have this achieved. So we know it's a well-written, smart strategy. Where we have question is whether or not it's achievable before the April 31st, 2025 deadline date. Other than that, we know it's a well-written, smart strategy. That's what I'm asking us to do as we think about the strategies for each of the concepts, writing them in a smart way. Now let's transition very quickly to the tactics, because once you've written a smart strategy, now you have to have actionable items, the concrete steps that we would take to bring that strategy to life. So what I'm asking you to do is to write or construct 1 to 2 tactics per strategy. Where possible, those tactics should be driven by best practice, what we know works in the research literature, what we know works at other noteworthy peer institutions, things that we should be able to execute to bring that strategy to life. Finally, that tactic should be realistic and feasible. If we don't have the finances to support a tactic, then it wouldn't make sense to offer it up unless we believe we can go find the finances, the financial support to ensure that tactic comes to life. So let's unpack a strategic concept all the way at the tactics level. So if we're wanting to improve course completion rates as the overall concept, a smart strategy might be we're going to engage 100% of our faculty in transparent data sharing about their course level DFW rates at the beginning of the fall semester, at the conclusion of the fall semester, and at the conclusion of the spring 25 term. Now, tactically, how would we achieve that? So, one tactic might be to ensure that university IAR provide all of our deans and department chairs with DFW reports disaggregated by school and college, and then further disaggregated by department, and further disaggregated by faculty member in every department. Sharing this information with the deans and the department chairs at predetermined times in the academic calendar. That's a specific tactic. That's a specific action. It's something that we can achieve. It's something that's doable. It's something that's feasible. We can get it done right now. So that's a smart tactic, if you will. A second tactic could be the department chairs using the DFW reports to have conversations with faculty about ways in which they can improve their courses from a DFW perspective, particularly those faculty who have high DFW rates. So now we have department chairs engaging faculty with high DFW courses, talking about the plan of action for improvement so we can reduce the DFW rate in each faculty member's course. These are the types of tactics, actionable items that drive the SMART strategy, where we say 100% of our faculty will be engaged in transparent data sharing about their DFW rates at specific times throughout the academic year and the academic term. So this is the work that I'm asking you to do now with respect to the strategic priority fishbone that I'm sending back to you as a Word document with those 5 strategic priority concepts identified for us, focused on operational efficiency, new student recruitment and continuing student re-recruitment, satisfactory academic persistence, data integrity and data usage, and enhancing the student experience. So let's work to complete this diagram before next Friday. And then the week of July 29th, we'll schedule a time to come together and crystallize our strategic priorities using what you've constructed. So we can then share this information with the leadership team in academic and student affairs during our advancement session on Monday, August 5th and Tuesday, August the 6th. Please contact me if you have questions. Thank you in advance for your work with respect to this strategic prioritization effort.